Tell them your side of the story, because we have different stories.
Yeah, totally different.
Yeah.
I think we were at Faith Assembly, and I remember you coming outside after a concert. I think it was like an old Group 1 concert, and you sat in my Integra, and you played these beats, and I was like, holy crap, this crap sounds mastered. And you're like, yo, the mix has to be banging, bro. Because I played my beats, and it was super quiet, and I was like, yo, check my beats. It was like, that's when I was like super competitive. I'd be like, yo, bro, check my beats. And you're like, man, put these on. And I remember being like, dude, how do these sound mastered already? Is that what you remember?
I don't remember that at all. We've known each other before I was an artist, when I was a producer. Before I went to Memphis and worked with Reach. We knew each other before all that.
Yeah, because you were in Group 1.
Yeah.
That's weird.
June used to call you Pink.
Yeah, definitely Pink.
Yeah. And he's like, you need to meet my boy Pink. But I remember you playing beats, and I loved them because I felt like I heard things that I couldn't do that I wanted to do on beats. You know what I'm saying? I was just blown away. I was like, we have to collaborate. And I don't think we actually, from that point when we said let's work or whatever, I don't think we worked
For like years.
So we'd always give each other beat
we'd always
CDs when we'd see each other. Every time I would see you, I said let's work, and you'd be like, yeah. And then I'd hit you up and you wouldn't respond.
Man.
And then I do remember the very first time that we got to work. And it's because I said, I'll pay you.
Is that what you said? I was like,
I
yeah,
said, I'll pay you.
do it.
And then we actually worked on Come Near, which was on Love, Benjah Sky Loved Ones album. But what's crazy is how I'm more like an organic, soulful, and live sound producer. Mm-hmm. And you complement that by being more of a pop, EDM, dance, and R&B producer. Mm-hmm. So it's like when we got to fuse our sounds.
Yeah.
I feel like, and it seemed pretty seamless to me. How many times did you try to quit on me? How many do you remember?
Bro, it's because you're a perfectionist, and I don't know anyone that pushes people, and it's not in a negative way. Like, you'll push the best out of people. I don't remember what happened. I remember I walked out on you one night. Remember that? I just left. Yeah. And it was over just internal frustration. It sucks being turned down all the time.
Yeah.
Every single time when you're no. I'm not gonna respond to you. And then when you have your own friends saying I'm not gonna respond to you, it's just like, what the heck?
That's this industry, man.
Many times I want to quit. And then at the end when I hear the product, I'm like, yo, you know what? This guy got the best out. Like, pushed every ounce out of me, and I'm cool with it. Because at that point it's like, man, that's the reward right there. You always seem to push the boundaries every single time a little bit more. Sometimes you've gone what I would think is too far, but maybe it wasn't really that far. It's just, you're out of your comfort zone at that point.
I don't remember it being for that reason. I remember it was more of the emotional ups and downs of just the music industry and the success that we thought we deserved, and we weren't getting it. I remember more frustration from, and that was both of us, but I just remember you wanting to be like, I'm done, I can't deal with these emotions. That's what I remember.
I think over time, emotions, like, I'm an emotional person. So also growing up and being older, you learn to control your emotions. So back then, I remember me being freaked out over everything, but I'm not affected like that, like, now as much.
I feel like we were looking for our joy or our identity maybe in the wrong things, and we weren't getting it, so that's why we were so depressed or sad or whatever that was we were feeling. Man, the longevity and endurance you have to have, and then the financial backing you have to weather that long storm is crazy. Mm-hmm. And like you've always held down a full-time job, where I had my real estate as my kind of part-time hustle to help support me, but we were working full-time stuff just to do this the whole time.
Yeah. It's like 2-3 full-time jobs.
Yeah. But what I think is really cool about our journey together is our musical journey. So when you came on, I was very like almost organic, almost acoustic, hip hop, soul. Mm-hmm. and I was doing a little reggae back then and rock. So it was this huge melting pot of. I used to call it island soul rock. That's what I used to call it.
Yeah, I remember you.
And then I realized it was like conflicting. Like people couldn't find a home for it. So that's when I decided I need to pull reggae out because that confuses people because my dreads and everything. They just think I'm a reggae artist. I'm not just a reggae artist. That's when we did Benjah Sky, Loved Ones.
Yep.
And then we did the breakup, and then we really transitioned to way more of a pop sound.
Yeah.
Because you came on, and it was an awesome time. But I don't think back then we had the ear to know how to A&R me as an artist because I was doing stuff I should not have done. They were like really good songs and concepts we had, but they weren't for me as an artist. And we were too young as producers and songwriters to even know, hey, this might not fit you. Yeah, it's good. We should shop it somewhere else. But no, we just did it.
Yeah, we just were free.
And back then, we didn't even change the key of songs. Like, it was too high.
No, bro. I would make a song. You'd use a little tape recorder. Boom. One take mic. Song's done. Not that quick, but that was
pretty
the
much,
concept.
yeah. We would sing melodies and just record them. We wouldn't, like now we sing, 100 melodies before we choose, what's a winner, you know?
Yeah.
But anyway, so it was really pop, and definitely probably didn't highlight my strengths or really who I am as an artist. And then, I think we noticed that. What was it, Vanity Fair after that?
Yeah.
So we got a little bit more freedom there. We honed in a little bit more on more of a hip hop sound, more hard hitting drums, less pop. Got a lot of awesome features on that record. That record did really well. Did Hazy Reflections, which was the EDM remix of that, which was super fun and creative.
That was so much fun making.
Yeah. I didn't have a big enough fan base to make it pop, but that could have popped back then because it was so...
Yeah, we were ahead.
Yeah. Then I did the Loved Ones album, Thicker Than Blood, and you helped out a little bit on that, but I pretty much did that
Yeah, that was
on my own.
pretty much all you.
Yeah, and then we did Motives, which even evolved more and more into a rap album, more into a comfortable vocal
I think
tone.
that record is one of the best ones we did because it started to develop you as an artist. At that point,
I agree. That was
Benjah
the
as
point
an
where it
artist.
was like we honed in on something.
Yeah.
Before that point, I was trying to please radio and labels. Remember?
I remember.
And then after no success of pleasing radio or labels, we said, all right, let's make some music that we just like.
Yeah.
And leave it at that. Because I'm sick of trying to please people. And then at the end of the day, I don't even really like half the songs on my record. I don't even want to perform these. Remember that? I don't even want to perform 70% of my album. I don't want to do live. Then that's not you as an artist. If you don't want to do that song live, then that shouldn't be on the album. Pretty much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We started to think like that, so we just did music we liked. And that was the turning point in my career with Never Quit. That changed everything. That took off. It had all the pieces.
Yeah. That song's sick.
From the sound to the lyrics to the video. That was me, you, and Kardec. Props to Kardec for that one. Yeah, that took forever to do that hook. That song, and we have a song like that on the new project, which we'll talk about later, that took so long. Never Quit was the longest song it took for us to develop. We have 10 versions of that. I don't know if you remember. And remember I showed that to Andy Mineo one time he was in here, and I was like, hey, you want to get on this? But this was way before it was done. So it was like...
It was like a different beat.
Yeah, it was totally different. He's like, nah.
I remember that.
Never Quit changed the game for me.
And then we were right into
Woke. And I was like, oh, my fans are hungry. We need to release something soon. You weren't making a lot of music at that point.
No.
And I feel like I had to push you and encourage you to.
All the other tracks that you were getting were freaking dope, you know? So I started getting discouraged too. And I think when you brought Kardec in, and we all three of us were working together, that's when it was like, okay, let's go. It was like that little boost.
I love the sound of that album. It was definitely a snapshot of that year, you know what I mean? Of that sound, of what was going on in my life, of what the music that we liked, what influenced us.